Hey y'all, and welcome back to another with another reaction. Y'all get some food and some business. How y'all doing? Hey workers. Shout out to my members. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I come in today. Share some light. I come in today, this afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're from, to share and shine lights on all the young men, all the young ladies, but it's about my young men tonight. That was found unalive going the opposite way. So I want to shine light on why was Qaadir and Naazir Lewis and Kenny Jackson body found going the opposite direction. That's what I want to talk about. Their body was found going the opposite direction from where they live. And that's what I want to talk about. Because this year is almost out, y'all. This year almost out. This is one of the cases that I cover, and this is one of the cases that touches me most. What happened to these boys? What happened to these boys? What happened to Qaadir and Isaiah Lewis and Kenny Jackson? Because they wasn't going headed home. Their car wasn't going home. Their car was found going, their body and their car was found going in the opposite way. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to cover this story. A lot of people don't want to care about, they're not my kids, they're not my boys, so why I should care? Because I'm a caring person. Qaadir and Naazir, I reached out to their family. I have a beautiful family from Georgia. Twins at that. Two at that. Is telling me that it was a group, allegedly, that taking these boys in the in the opposite direction. This is telling me when you have two, allegedly, going in the opposite direction, we're going to get into it in a minute, that is telling me that it was a group of them that took them boys in the opposite direction. And I'm going to be honest with you, it could be one that took them, taking them in the opposite direction. Kenny Jackson. body found going in the opposite direction. It's telling me that allegedly Kenny met up with someone. Since he a kind person, we're gonna get into that. Going in the opposite way. Now, y'all, I ain't no psychic or nothing, but something telling me that some females is involved in this. I'm sorry. I had to say that. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just my vision. This is my vision. I ain't no psychic or nothing, but hey, when he reading come across me like that, it's telling me that females are involved in both cases. And because of that, they are good looking all three boys are good looking young men. Now, I want to get into Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. They were smart boys too. And to kind of think of, let me see something. What college did they go to? Hold up, y'all. Let me go back and check my sources. Hold on, I'll be back. Hold on. Let me find out. Hold on, y'all. They aviation school. Qaadir went to aviation school, maintenance school, and Isaiah went to a technical college. Okay. All right. Okay. One went to aviation school, one went to a technical college. So we're dealing with intelligent young men who got sense, planet sense. Okay. Both of them were educated. Kenny was educated. Kenny also went to Kennesaw State. Well, I'm gonna get to Naazir. Let me get to Naazir and Qaadir. I may say their name wrong, but they was twins that found on top of shot. The twins was shot at the top of Bell Mountain, 90 miles from their house. You are talking about two intelligent young men hanging out together, act like brothers, stop at a shell station, and went the opposite way from their house to a place they allegedly had never been. And you want me to believe that they did this to themselves? Well, let's dive into it. Qaadir and Naazir, twins, was shot at the top of Bell Mountain. And no man's, about one man is covering this story. This story should be big enough to cover. Y'all are not concerned about our young black boys. Y'all got to be concerned about the boys just as well as the girls. These are young men who haven't even get a chance to begin life. Was trying to find themselves in going in the right direction. Nobody seems to care about these boys. Every male, just like you cover every other case, should be talking about your brothers, your black brothers found, educated brothers, period, young men found shot on top of a mountain, and y'all did not cover this story. What you scared of? What you afraid of? Put awareness on these boys' name, y'all. Put awareness on the boys' name like y'all put awareness on anybody else. Y'all put more awareness on these female story, but our young men do not get enough light shine on their story. Y'all would jump on a female story real quick, but the male story, y'all would not shine light and awareness on them. There's no way a set of twins should be shot on top of a mountain where they don't visit. Qaadir and Naazir Lewis was 90 miles from their house, y'all. On top of that mountain, meaning there was no cameras on top of Bell Mountain. Those boys, those brothers, had a flight to catch the next day. They had a flight to catch the next day, but was found going the opposite direction of the airport. Remind you all that Qaadir and Naazir lives in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Okay. The airport, Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, is going south from the boys' house. It's going south. They're going south from the boys' house. Not north. They was going south. But they never caught their flight. The boys, the twins, was found going in the opposite direction. I got a problem with that. Why would two boys who have different careers have a life ahead of them, happy, joyful, smart, and eventual, want to miss their flight? Look just like. One's supposed to catch the flight that night, Friday. The other one supposed to catch the flight the next night, allegedly. They didn't make them flights, y'all. The twins didn't make their flight. What happened? What happened? And why? Awareness is not shined on these two boys. The year is almost out. People live on top of Bell Mountain, y'all. There are people that lives on top of Bell Mountain. Why would my brother and I, or my twin and I, be on top of somewhere we don't visit, knowing that we got a flight to catch the next day. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense before the year is out. They were young, y'all. They was young. I don't understand if people live on top of Bell Mountain, got to be some cameras out there. There got to be doorbell cameras out there. It got to be a camera out there on top of that mountain. The twins was found shot at the top of Bell Mountain, a mountain that I'm 66, I'll be 67 in March, and never been to Bell Mountain. And I'm from the ATL and born in the ATL at Grady Memorial Hospital, a hospital that some people complain about, a hospital that I never had no problem out of. The twins were found on top of the mountain, y'all, where there is no cameras. But I know there are cameras out there. And how I know is because there are bears out there. There are people out there. Somebody got a ring camera. Somebody got some kind of camera out there on top of Bell Mountain where people climb and take pictures, and it's beautiful up there. Yes. Those boys allegedly did not go on top of that mountain in the middle of the night. It's nothing you all can tell me. Now, let's get into it. They had a flight to catch the next day and end up top of the mountain where the family thought they was out of state, where one of them supposed to be out of state. But they both, see, the reason why I said they together, those brothers were together. They was in the opposite direction of the airport. Guess who found them? You have to ask yourself, y'all, when you plot something, you got to be good at plotting. If you're going to premeditate something, you got to be good at what you do. Those boys' body was in the opposite direction of Hartsville Airport. A hiker. There was a hiker that found the boys. See, when that hiker found those boys, allegedly there was a firefighter that allegedly was called. Y'all didn't hear what I said. When the hiker found the bodies, there comes your little firefighter. He was called at the scene. Think about it, y'all. You got a hiker that found the boys. Oh man, these are young boys, man. We got to tell them that we found some young boys on top of a Bell Mountain that they don't even supposed to be at after hours. Then a hiker found, and then the firefighter. When you say firefighter, you're thinking about somebody that's going to protect the people. But the firefighter was called to the scene, y'all, and only charged for obstruction. The firefighter took pictures of Qaadir and Naazir Lewis, whose body was found at the top of Bell Mountain, laying side to side, allegedly with a sword right in between them. What message are you sending? Nobody care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. They ain't no kin to them. Found on top of a Bell Mountain I'd never heard before, and I'm from Georgia. Supposed to be excited about catching the flight, but found going in the opposite direction, and y'all don't care. It ain't none of your business, huh? Everything your business. That's what we got to start back to getting into business, because we're losing our young Black kids, and they are kids up under me. And our boys, we are not caring what happened to our young boys, y'all. Our young boys is going missing. Our young boys is being neglected and abused. And nobody seems to care no more. I remember time when y'all had the Million Men March. Y'all don't do nothing no more. You're lazy. You want to eat and lay down and smoke. Our young boys are calling for help. And we sitting here watching them disappear. Missing. And they watching y'all. They are watching y'all knowing that y'all don't care about y'all boys. Right now, if a boy go missing, y'all ain't gonna even cover their story. But let a woman go missing, or something happen to a woman, y'all get on there and criticize and jeopardize them. I'm just confused about y'all. Y'all got to stick together, but you ain't gonna stick together. These young boys, y'all, 1 but 20. I mean, just 20 now. Come on now. We left a gas station. And you tell me that they went on, they gonna laugh, hee and ha and have a little fun at the gas station. Yeah. And then go up there on Bell Mountain and take their own life in the mountain closed at a certain time of night. The mountain is closed, y'all. It's a sundown town. I know about Georgia. Some part of Georgia I don't fool with. Some part of Georgia. I know they about Lawrenceville. Y'all know about Lawrenceville. You know, but you don't know. And you're not paying attention. You're too comfortable. These boys, and I'm gonna say it before 2026 come in, I would never forget about Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. I would never forget about them, because they ended their body ended in the opposite direction to a place that I have never been, and I'm 66 years old. And I've been in Georgia all my life, but never seen Bell Mountain, never heard of Bell Mountain. Until this happened to Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. There's no cameras on top of that mountain, but there are cameras out there. Y'all know it. Because people live out there. People lives out there. And they didn't have to go to Bear Mountain. They could have went to Stone Mountain. All of these parks are shut down. Yeah, they are closed after hours. Stone Mountain Park is closed after hours. And we know what headquarters used to be out there. They probably on top of Bear Mountain. We don't know. But I ain't want to get into that. Because you don't go where you're not supposed to go, be it. You don't go in an area where you're not supposed to be it. You don't go through an area where you're not supposed to be it. Why would Qaadir and Naazir go on top of Bell Mountain in the middle of the it was dark. It was just like it get dark early here. They ain't never been in on Bell Mountain. That what their auntie said. Why then a hiker found them? And you tell me them boy was out there all night? And their family has no idea where they was. They looking for them. When they left when they left their sister house, they had a good time eating popcorn, laughing and everything on their way home. Just happy twins. Happy twins. Had a life ahead of them. Body was found by a hiker, and somehow a firefighter was called to the scene and had the audacity to take pictures of those boys, and it got out at a high school. Now you got to wonder, how did that happen? How did that happen? How did their pictures? Who in the world wants to take pictures of somebody else's child like that, y'all, and expose the kids? Making me think that allegedly there was a cover up. And then when you put the pictures out there, you expose the boys, arms laying side to side. Y'all, when I saw the picture, I couldn't believe the picture. I didn't want it. I did not show it. I wouldn't dare show nothing like that. I wouldn't even want to take no picture of nothing like that. And then y'all gonna say, and this is the story that they said, y'all. Young people, y'all, it's time for y'all to listen. Y'all got to listen. Y'all got to pay attention. I know y'all know everything. Your parents we still talk to you. We talk to you. I just got out the phone with my son and I talked to him about a situation. Yeah, ma, okay, ma, I understand you, ma. No, you don't. I be wrong to tell you to do wrong. I be wrong to tell you to do wrong as mother when I'm telling you right. Y'all don't listen to us for some reason. Got to start praying. These boys should be living right now. Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. Nobody care when boys go missing. That's why they went missing like that. That's why y'all couldn't find them, because they know y'all wasn't going to talk about them. But then there had been two women, a woman missing. Y'all been breast bashing the mama, talking about the mama. Why y'all act like that? Why this is very important, y'all. Their phone was like it left in the car, y'all. Their phone in the car. No letters. No letters nothing written in the phone, nothing in the phone saying that this is what we were planning on doing. That's a cover up, y'all. That's a cover up to make y'all think and believe that this is what them boys would wanted to do. No, they was love. They was happy. They had a future. They wanted kids. They wanted a family. And life was taken on top of a mountain that they never visit. Body exposed. Spiritually, side to side. Never showed up at the airport. I heard they showed up at the airport. I believe that it was a cover up. Cause the one did go out there to the airport allegedly, but didn't go catch the flight. So why they made it look like it was premeditated? Why did they make it look like it was planned? Now we got Kenny. And the reason why I mixed Kenny's story, Kenny Jackson is another young man that came missing, and then y'all did not cover their story. Y'all men's platforms should have covered these boys' story. Not one, not two, not three. Here you go. You got not just Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. It was some more boys before them. And instead and grab y'all story to a storyline to put on y'all channel. What are you scared of? What are you afraid of? You weren't afraid of nothing else. You talk about what happened to missing women. What about our missing young men, our black angels, young boys? Kenny Jackson, Bolo missing person. Y'all don't care. Atlanta, y'all shocked me. Georgia, y'all really shocked me about not put highlight on these young men cases. Y'all shocked me at work. Georgia, like Lawrenceville, Georgia. Kenny Jackson was 21. He was just young, 1 year younger than the twins. These are not violent boys, y'all. These are smart young men. Kenny Jackson was last seen November of this year, y'all, before this year out. November 19th, before Thanksgiving. Right here. I know exactly where these boys are. I still get lost when I go in Lawrenceville because I don't fool with Lawrenceville at work. I don't a lot of places that I don't go right here in my little state. Just I don't, y'all. Kenny Jackson was 21 years old. Twins were just turning 21. Last seen November 19. Has been missing for a week after his car was flagged over 70 miles. Now he was 70 miles from his house. Kenny Jackson was 70 miles. Qaadir and Naazir was 90 miles from their house. Y'all, these boys wasn't that far from their houses. They wasn't that far from their home. Kenny Jackson was just 70 miles away from his home in Cobb County. He was 70 miles. Guess what, y'all? Just like the twins, he was found going the opposite way. Kenny, I just don't understand your story, Kenny. Kenny Jackson, I just don't understand your story. I really don't. I really don't understand KZ Lewis and Kenny Jackson's story, y'all. Kenny Jackson was flagged over 70 miles away from his home in Cobb County. Police have been searching. They had been searching for Jackson. Last seen at a Brook Run skate park, which there should have been cameras out there for them kids' sake. They got to have cameras in the lights, y'all. I ain't stupid because that's what we live now in society around cameras. We have y'all today living cameras, digital cameras, social media and cameras. That's where we live. Digital. You don't even have to have your phone on. They'll still find you. They'll find you. It irritates me to know that then too many people cover Qaadir and Naazir Lewis case, nor Kenny Jackson case. Means y'all got to start putting awareness and look for our boys. Just like y'all look for the ladies. And talk about the ladies on your channel. But when it comes to the boys, y'all don't say nothing. And it irritates me. And I'm going to stay like I am, and I'm going to stay raising awareness. Kenny Jackson was but 21 years old, 70 miles from his house. Was at a skate park. Last seen November 19th. He was at Brook Run skate park in Dunwoody. Dunwoody ain't that far from Eckwood. All of them up there. Yes, sir. All of them up there. All of them up there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Searching, they searched for Kenny. That's what they said. Kenny went to that skate park in Dunwoody. His phone was off. Why is Kenny's phone off? Kenny ain't been turning his phone off. He communicates with his mom. He just like the KD and Naazir Lewis. Why is both of those boys' phones off? See, they couldn't tell the same story about Kenneth, the same as KD and Naazir Lewis. They can't use the same storyline. They can't. Hey, Pookie. Good. How are you? They cannot use the same storyline that they use on KD and Naazir Lewis. They couldn't use that same story on Kenny Jackson. They can't do that. It has to make Kenny look different. Now, see, at work, you're welcome, baby. They at work is going towards ad. All of that up that way, y'all. All of that at work and all that Cobb County, all that Lawrenceville, all them going that same direction up there. Going on up there. Going on up there. Now, Kenny Jackson left that skate park. All young people keep their phone on. Y'all know that, parents. Parents, aunties, uncles, cousins. Y'all know that we know that these kids keep their cell phone. They'll leave their cell phone on the table and run in the house and get that cell phone. They ain't gonna turn that cell phone off. Ken ain't turning no cell phone off. When Kenny left that Dunwood escape park, Kenny's phone was off, y'all. They want you to think that. They want you to think that Kenny turned his phone off at 4:02. Hmm. Huh? Kenny mom texts him saying, "Where are you, Kenny?" Kenny didn't get the text. Kenny didn't get the text, got the phone off. The text was unanswered. Kenny respect his mother. Anything, I doubt if he would have turned that phone off. Where are you, Kenny? Kenny didn't answer his mom. Now, his phone tower beamed. It beams that his phone in the same neighborhood, y'all. His phone was beamed in the same neighborhood. More than 70 miles away from his mom's home, from Atworth. Think about, you got Atworth, you got Lawrenceville, and you got a mountain, and you got an area that Kenny doesn't know about. Kenny was 70 miles from his house. Just as well as my boys, my twins, one but 90 miles. They was at home. They was at home. Both of them boys. Kenny was at home. Kenny was doing the usual. His phone beamed in the same neighborhood, y'all. Right. In the same neighborhood. More than 70 miles from his home, away from his home. Kenny, mom, like any other mom, he was found in Oconee County. All of that right there, y'all. All of that right there. All of that is right there together. No banking activities. No bank card activity. Because they have money. Whoever did this to him, they have money, but they had to let Kenny know you don't run nothing. Kenny, just like Qaadir and Naazir Lewis, the message. No banking activities on his card. There was none. Kenny enjoyed skateboard. He enjoyed video games. That's why I know young people gonna keep their phone on. They love their phone. He hang out with his friends. He work. Kenny work. Kenny loves his mom. He lives with his mom. He worked full time. He had a full-time job and loved his family. But body was found in Overthorpe County. And that's down there where my family, I got family from Overthorpe County, close to Athens, Georgia. Why? And Kenny they wanted y'all to know that Kenny had a pair of orange and white cleats. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about Kenny case throwing me off is with the orange and white cleats. See, the orange and white cleats are telling me Kenny supposed to allegedly work at a shoe store. And y'all, it's just like almost when you want to, you can go on Facebook and you can like print out free orange and white shoes, meet me on cleats. Whoever that needed those cleats, Kenny had that inside a book bag. Kenny work at a shoe store. Was Kenny selling shoes? Wait, have you ever sold shoes before? And y'all know how you meet up with people and you buy things off of Facebook and off of different uh sources. What could have that could have been his side hustle? What happened to Kenneth, y'all? How Kenneth buy to get in from Oconee to Overthorpe? He was found in Overthorpe. He was found close to Athens. Really, to me, Athens not that far from Atworth. It is a way. It is a way. It is. Let me see. Let me see something. I tell you what. Let me do it like this. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it like this. Oh wait, hold up, y'all. Okay, let's look at this. From Overthorpe. Okay. It's like Edward and Overthorpe is like, hold on, 10 hours. What is that? 41 minutes. 41 minutes. Hold on. It's 41 minutes. Okay. It's almost like 41 minutes. 41 minutes, y'all. It's not, they right there in the facility together. Why is Kenneth, why Kenneth didn't get in the highlight and shine on his missing case? Why didn't our men's in our YouTube community, Instagram, well, just one or two did it on TikTok. Why didn't y'all put awareness on Kenny Jackson case? Anytime you hear in the men's black boys missing and Qaadir and Naazir Lewis, y'all need to jump on that. Our boys are 21 and 20 and 19. They shouldn't be going missing, y'all. Why is this young man gone missing? Why? Why are these boys unalive? Why? And it'll tell you something about Qaadir and Naazir Lewis and Kenny Jackson. These boys had a future. They were smart, intelligent, work, go to school. They doing everything that you're supposed to do. And they being watched. And they thinking that the people that they hanging with like them. Why is Kenny unalive, going the opposite way from his house? Why is Qaadir and Naazir Lewis unalive, going the opposite way from their house? 70 and 90 miles from their house, from their home. They didn't go far. That's not far. They cars are found. They got cars and their phones and everything. Come on, y'all. And they want y'all to believe that they did this to their soul. And they want y'all to believe that it's like nothing. Kenny, it's no update on Kenny Jackson. Why? Only one update on Kenny Jackson. Body found. Nobody covered it. Nobody hard to cover that case. I try to put much highlight and shine on his case. When they changed it from missing to Bolo, missing person, I said, what a Bolo missing person? I had to look up stuff, y'all. I had to do my research, y'all. I don't just do these cases. I researched these cases. Bolo on the lookout means on the lookout. Why is Kenny Jackson cases on the lookout? FBI, what is going on? Federal Bureau of Investigation, what's going on? Many, many, many. Please. You're making too much noise over there, sister. I'm saying y'all over there with jacket. That's all right. That's okay. Y'all, why is Kenny phone off? Why is Qaadir and Naazir phone is off? They didn't want Qaadir and Naazir money. They didn't want Kenny Jackson money. They wanted their soul. All three boys were last seen happy. They were doing something that they wanted to do, that they enjoyed. Why somebody watching them? Somebody was watching all three boys, all three of them. Somebody was watching them. They watch these boys, y'all. That's okay. I'm gonna send them over there with you. I'm gonna show them up. So you don't hear me over there making all that noise. That's her in her little house. I called it her little apartment. And what campus? Oh yeah, campus laid out, honey. His condominium. He laying over there in his condominium laid out. I'm gonna send him over there with you. Don't worry about it. I tried to get him to what my friend name. I tried to give him to her. I be don't miss them too. But yeah, I just don't understand when Qaadir and Naazir went missing and Kenny Jackson went missing. We didn't have too many guys on YouTube cover the case. We probably had one or two people. All of y'all need to be covering these cases. Everything is our business now. We're living in a time where everything is everybody's business. Men, stop running away from real life stuff and stand on business. Because somebody looking. Somebody watching our boys. Now the next time a boy, I don't care if they ain't from Texas. I don't care if they not from Milwaukee. But when a boy go missing, put highlight on that boy. Put highlight on our boys. Our boys need attention just like the girls. Our boys' stories need highlighting just like the girls' story. And it bad enough when y'all cover the latest stories, the young girl story, y'all blame the mamas. Y'all blame the mamas on the girl stories, but on that, y'all ain't blame the daddies on nothing. but something ain't right, y'all. Something not right. I'm gonna miss Naazir. I'm gonna miss Kenny Jackson. I tried my best to put a little highlight on his story. And KD and Naazir, I talked with their aunties and got some beautiful. Their family is awesome. I had a Facebook group for them, and I appreciate the people who was in the group with me with that Facebook group with KD and Naazir. Look, I would not let my feet. And I told the sister, I would never ever put that picture out there on their own. I'd seen that picture and it was blurry anyway. You can't have to see their face. I wouldn't dare put that picture out there of them boys laying on top of that mountain like that, side to side. And y'all gonna tell me that they did this to themselves. Come on, y'all. Come on. Kenny Jackson, it did it, Kenny Jackson, I feel y'all young people, y'all got to listen to your family. Got to listen to your mom. Got to listen to your auntie. Got to listen to your father. You got to listen to these people because the time that you're living in is very precious. It's getting worse. They didn't want Kenny Jackson money. They didn't want his money because they have money. They didn't like Kenny. They were jealous of Kenny. See, Kenny getting the girls' attention or the opposite. KD and Naazir is getting the girls' attention of the opposite. Good looking boys. Got it going on. Got cars, got jobs, got friends of all colors. They don't like that. It's the same with the D4VD David. David thinking that them folk ha with him. His career messed up. Everybody that has a career, all the brothers that got a career, life has been taken away from jealousy. And this ain't no allegedly, this is the truth. These young boys right here, Kenny Jackson, 21. KD and Naazir one but 19 or 20. All three boys work. All three boys were going to school. All three boys had values and great families, but thought that everybody liked them, like video games, online friends. Where could they go wrong at, y'all? Where can these boys here go wrong? Like I said, I've been in Georgia all my life, and I never heard of Bell Mountain until this happened to Qaadir and Naazir Lewis. I don't go nowhere in Georgia where I don't supposed to be. And y'all young people got to realize that. Y'all don't understand what's going on. Y'all be all over the place. You can't. Listen, you can't. Stop thinking that nothing can't happen to you. Yes, you can in the time that you're living. The time is repeating itself. You don't understand why mom and dad and your auntie and everybody be concerned about you. They ain't worrying about you in the car. They worry about everybody else. I used to tell my children, it ain't that you. I'm worried about y'all driving. I'm worried about the other people driving. Some people can't drive. And those are concerned parents. When they say, text me when you get home, call me. Stay in touch. Tell me your location. I always tell you. Ain't no secret no more, y'all. I always tell somebody in your family where you going. Got to these days. Tell somebody in close to you in the family. If you close to your parent, tell your parent, with my mom, I'm over here. Or give your mama your location. Or give your auntie your location. Somebody, your dad or your cousin, somebody, your location. Talk. Y'all got to tell people these days. Because when it ain't y'all, it's them. When you think a car following you and look like that car going everywhere you going, you better make another direction. I done did that before. I said, it look like this car following me. But I got a trick for this car. You got to pay attention, y'all. You got to pay attention. And ain't nothing to be scared of. Nothing to be afraid of. Just be aware. Things can happen. Now, this year almost over. All my children cases that I cover, I'm gonna get highlight on all my kids. All my missing young people. I will never forget a lot of my girls and a lot of my boys. I never forget these cases. I can't think of that other boy name who another young boy who they who came was a truck driver. See, I can't remember names, y'all. It's so many cases that I covered. He came through North Carolina and they found him sitting on the side of a tree. Young boy, truck driver. Come on, y'all. And y'all men didn't even cover the case. Nothing, just one man. Just because they're not from Texas, just because they're not from Chicago, just because they're not from Atlanta, y'all, all these boys are these your brothers. They ain't none of my brothers. Y'all selfish now. I want to give my condolences to Kenny Jackson parents and Qaadir and Naazir Lewis family. I got to check up on my families because I was so close. I had got close to Qaadir and Naazir Lewis family. Got too close because they live right here, and they went to one of them went to the school where I used to go to, but I'm older than them. Kenny Jackson lived with his mom. I always answer his mom texts. See, when I ask, I know my children grown, they got their own place, but when I text them, I like, why you didn't answer my boys, especially the boys. When you text them, they act like they don't see your text. Oh, I don't know why I ain't get your text. Or something. Yes, you did. You saw my text. You been seeing it. You got to stay in touch with somebody, some kin of you, y'all. Your location is very important. To cover and to summarize what I just been saying, Kenny Jackson, Qaadir, and Naazir Lewis was going and was found in the opposite direction where they live. Both boys had cars. Both boys have jobs. Both boys came from, all boys came from a loving family. All boys were found in an area going the opposite way that where they only even supposed to be. I love me some Athens, Georgia. I think it was more than what it is. And it always got to be some girls in it, y'all. Don't not don't not submit girls. Girls is in these cases. Girls, I always when I say I feel when girls in KDL, Naazir are the opposite sex in these cases. Kenneth, I feel like a girl in your situation too. And what get me with these cases, y'all? They closing these cases and blaming these boys for doing this to themselves. They are closing these cases. It's no way. D4VD, David, will make you ready to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire. And David will stop from making money. Y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all got to be careful when you come in bed, when you're doing good. Young folks. They didn't want Kenny Jackson money. They didn't want that 21-year-old boy money. Cause they did, they would have took him to the bank and he would have gave them his money. Them people had money. They didn't want Qaadir and Naazir Lewis money. Them people have money on top of that mountain. Or who were watching them. Got to watch how you move in the daylight, y'all. In the night. Got when that sun go down, you got the I don't care. Shoot. Ken and Mama family went out there looking for him, just like Qaadir and Naazir Lewis family did. Don't never tell nobody you're afraid to go look for your family. Never be afraid to go look for your family. Boy. All right, then y'all gonna have a gonna enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm sorry. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for joining us. This year almost out, y'all. This year is over. Still the truth. Yes. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks for watching. What are you doing?